The thing that I liked most about Michael Jordan as a player was the fact that I didn't have to try to guard him. If you had a poor defensive scheme, he was going to fill the hoop up until you either figured it out or the game was over and you lost the game. Some of his acrobatic drives to the hoop are just remarkable. You know, he can get past the defense and use a little bit of English off of the glass. The ball drops in so nice. It takes some really advanced skills to do that consistently. The 1988 All-Star Game was a showcase for Michael. Michael had figured out all the things he needed to know to be a dominant player. Everything. One-on-one, couldn't guard him. What Michael Jordan showed the whole sports world was the fact that you put the right people with him, he's going to lead them to world championships, without question. He was a prime example of excellence and a leader that would lead you all the way to the top, all the way to the top. That was basketball at its finest.
Crosstown traffic and the green line whizzing by overhead on this calm winter night in Chicago. But not for long. Now let's go over to tonight's public address announcer, Tommy Edwards.
Welcome, fans, to the All-Star Game. Let's meet the starters for the West. At forward, making his 7th All-Star appearance, the standout veteran of the Denver Nuggets, 6'7", Alex English. Making his All-Star debut, the front court star of the Utah Jazz, the mailman, 6'9", Karl Malone. The man in the middle, an All-Star, each of his 4 pro seasons from the Houston Rockets, 7 feet, Akeem Olajuwon. At guard, making his first All-Star appearance, the virtual star of the Denver Nuggets, 6'3", Lafayette Fat Lever. And the NBA leader in assists in his 8th All-Star game from the Los Angeles Lakers, 6'9", Irvin Magic Johnson. The head coach of the West All-Stars is Brad Nelson. Let's hear it for your West All-Stars. And now, the starting lineup for the Eastern Conference. At forward, a 3-time most valuable player, an All-Star each of his 9 seasons from the Boston Celtics, 6'9", Larry Bird. He's one of the NBA's most exciting players in his 3rd All-Star game from the Atlanta Hawks, 6'8", Dominique Wilkins. The man in the middle, an All-Star for the 10th time, one of the game's most rugged rebounders from the Washington Bullets, 6'10", Moses Malone. At guard, the most valuable player of the 1984 and 1986 All-Star Games. This Chicagoan is making his 7th All-Star appearance from the Detroit Pistons, 6'1", Isaiah Thomas. And finally, the NBA leader in scoring and steals, an All-Star each of his 4 seasons, the charismatic star of the Chicago Bulls, 6'6", Michael Jordan. The head coach of the East All-Stars is Mike Fratello.
Welcome, everyone, to Chicago for the 1988 All-Star Game. On my side, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter tonight, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. And Clark, this is the second time Chicago has hosted this mid-season classic.
Yeah, you go back to 1973, that's when they hosted their first one. The East won it 104 to 84 back then. That was the lowest combined score in an All-Star game, Kevin, since the 1950s.
We'll see if then tonight, Clark, they can surpass that total.
I would think they could. No shortage of scores on either side. I expect an up-tempo, fast-paced game, an exciting game with plenty of highlights and buckets.
Cannot wait. And your West All-Stars, Fat Lever and Magic Johnson, the guards, Alex English and Karl Malone at the forward spots, and in the middle, Hakeem Olajuwon. For the East, it's Moses Malone inside and Dominique Wilkins with Larry Bird, the forwards. And in the backcourt, Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan.
And you look at Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, rivals since college. Early on, no love lost between them, but over time, they've become friends.
Now, here is Jordan. Bird right side. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. And Larry Bird winning 3 straight MVP awards from 1983 to 1986.
You know who the last player was to do that?
I'm going back to the 60-something. You tell me.
Yeah,
I know you
Bill
know.
Russell.
Yeah, right,
It's
of
Bill
course.
Russell, 1960 to 63.
Of course. I'm glad we bring him up. A legend.
Yep.
Clark, you see Larry and Magic together in those Converse ads. They've become really the faces of the NBA.
And Kevin, I think they've inherited the mantle from the great Dr. J. He's done such a great job representing the league all these years, and certainly he's left it in good hands with those two.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. Offensively, Clark, things have sort of fallen apart for them.
And they need to recover as soon as possible.
And the Eastern All-Stars favored to win tonight.
Star power and firepower. Veteran IQ and smarts. But you never know. The West has quite a bit of talent, too.
Indeed, they do. Now, here's Jordan. Off target with the jump hook. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. And plenty of subplots to this game. For more, let's send it over to David Aldridge. D.A., take it away.
Thanks very much. Now, this story has never gone away over the years, guys. Isaiah Thomas is, of course, a native Chicagoan, but you'll still hear some boos today from Bulls fans. That's because at that All-Star game a couple of years ago, people questioned whether Isaiah froze out Michael Jordan. And some people still believe it. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, that story has not gone away. Thank you, David. For what it's worth, Clark, Isaiah Thomas denies there was a freeze-out, and Jordan himself says, I never said it. So what do you think?
But the reality is, we probably never will know the full story.
And Michael Jordan winning the dunk contest yesterday, Clark. Can he add to his trophy case tonight?
Kevin, I think his teammates want to see him win the MVP. I think they're going to give him as many touches as he needs to have a chance to do it.
Ooh, that'll be fun to watch. Here's Johnson after the basket by the East All-Stars on the other end. Olajuwon kicks to Johnson. English outside. Pass to Malone. Over Bird. Great D that time from Bird. Hey, Clark, the record for points in the All-Star game is 42, set by Wilt Chamberlain back in the 1962 All-Star game.
And, you know, a lot of Wilt's records seem virtually untouchable, but I don't think that one is. With all these great scores, who knows? It might be broken tonight.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Here's Johnson after the made shot from Michael Jordan. From 10 feet out. English, no good.
Boy, that's a look. He has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
Jordan wide open. And when the jump shot is fallen for Michael Jordan, what can you do? He is unstoppable. The West trails by 9. Here's Johnson. Offensive rebound. Shot to stop the run. He lays it in. Johnson's got his second bucket.
Magic Johnson in his 8th All-Star game now. 2nd in All-Star votes this year. And he hosts his own All-Star game in the summer in LA as a fundraiser. And I understand it's quite an event.
There's got to be some excitement, maybe even, Clark, some butterflies playing in the All-Star game. You want to prove you belong out there.
I agree with that, and there can also be the temptation to try to do a little too much, maybe get flashy, but with these players still getting a feel for each other in the flow, a lot to be said for making the simple play.
Nevertheless, a great honor. Here is Elijah after the made shot from Michael Jordan. Johnson finds Olajuwon. From past the arc. Can't hit that one. Now the East will take it the other way. Lever against Jordan. Trying to get open his berth. And there's Michael Jordan, the assist by Thomas. Thomas got 4 assists in the game. The West trails by 11. Johnson down low, guarded by Jordan. That shot misses. Here's Malone. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
He was doing whatever he wanted to out there. I love how he closed out this quarter.
And so it's the East All-Star. 13 points up at the end of the period. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll return shortly. Welcome back, everyone, to the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. As these great fans hope Michael Jordan can bring home the win and the MVP hardware.
And the head coach of the East, Mike Fratello, his first time coaching in the All-Star Game.
Rivers out there with Jordan. Then there's Ewing. Then there's Doherty. And it's Wilkins in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who the East All-Stars start the second with. And starting last season, Clark, Michael Jordan's scoring went through the roof.
Averaging over 37 points per game, partner, and he's kept close to that pace this season as well. Remarkable.
Amazing and remarkable, right. Wow. Here's Drexler after the made shot from Michael Jordan. How about that? Mike's a terrific friend of yours and mine, and Fratello's Hawks recently moved into first place in the East after the Cavs beat the Celtics. Clark enabling him to become the coach of the East All-Stars.
So don't be surprised if the Cavs' Brad Doherty gets extended minutes in his first All-Star appearance. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
And here early, Clark, the East has the edge.
You look at that team on the East squad, an embarrassment of riches, Kevin, and you know they've got so many weapons. I think it simply comes down to execution for them.
Now here's Drexler. He kicks it to Johnson. Clock at 6. Turnaround Jay. It's good. Johnson's got 6. And if there was a snub, Clark, for this year's All-Star game, many felt it was the sharpshooter Dale Ellis of the Sonics.
Well, you take a look at what he's done. He's the only top 10 scorer in the NBA who was not an All-Star.
The Tennessee Volunteers should be here. And Kareem looking to set the career record for All-Star scoring. Isn't that something?
It really is. Needs just 10 points to do it, Kevin, and you got to love his chances. I mean, that's a layup for him, pun intended.
Yeah, a good one. Now here's Drexler. He's still scoreless so far in this one. McDaniel, no good. And Ewing has got the ball here for the East All-Stars. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. And not many out there who can elevate like Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan, not only last season's leading scorer by a mile, but Clark Kellogg this season, he is in the running for the Defensive Player of the Year.
He is the true definition of a two-way player. Gets it done at a high level at both ends.
Aguaya's checked in for McDaniel. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter.
And Coach Mike Fratello, a colleague of ours, coaching in the All-Star game, standing tall amongst a bunch of tall guys in the NBA. You know, his dad was an amateur boxer, and, you know, I think that background gives Mike a lot of confidence as a coach.
2 on the clock. Here's Drexler. And it's good with time running down in the shot clock. And if there's a rival for the size and athleticism of Michael Jordan Clark, it might just be Clyde Drexler.
I don't think there's any question about it, Kevin. The Phi Slamma Jamma alum can take flight with the very best of them.
Yep, great athletes. Ewing dishes to Jordan.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Ewing, a screen on Drexler. Pass to Doherty. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists now in this one. Here is Aguirre. And Clark, not easy for these coaches to put their stamp on the game. Only a 1-hour practice yesterday to get acquainted and move through some sets.
And you know, Kevin, it's not about necessarily practice time. A few offensive sets is all that's needed. I think it's how you manage.
That was something to see.
Good.
And tonight's All-Star MVP will have a $5,000 check presented in their name, Clark, to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund.
A great cause in honor of a terrific American.
He lobs it up, got a piece of it, and stolen by Doherty. And they're on the break. Here's Jordan. Ewing, the pass to Jordan. Jordan is doubled. Good ball movement here by the East. Off target with his 3. The West trails by 21. Here's Aguirre. The West again cannot hit.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Jordan. Johnson with the block.
Goes to show you how well Johnson anticipates, sees the shot forming, and is able to get a hand on it.
Back to Aguirre. And Jordan sends it back. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by the West. And here's Drexler.
East All-Stars foul. Doc Gibber. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Johnson wide open. He fires. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Michael Jordan getting it done for the East. He's at the quarter-century mark. 25 points for him in this game, as they have looked to him over and over to make things happen. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And we welcome you back to the second half of the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. Great performances from these players, whether it's their first time participating or their 17th. The East leading by 21.
You know, you get into the latter stages of the game, and it's normal to wonder who will take home the MVP trophy. It's certainly one of those accolades that's mentioned when you talk about the great ones.
On the floor for the West All-Stars, they've got Lever. Malone is out there with English. Then it's Johnson, and it's Olajuwon into the center, locking down the middle.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there, and neither can he.
Johnson down low. He's against Jordan. Johnson, the pass to Lever. Shot clock at 6. Up top, English. Defended by Wilkins. English misses. And of the players in tonight's All-Star Game, Clark, 2 have won MVP trophies in this game before. Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas.
And how about this, Kevin? Thomas has won 2 out of the last 4 years. If he was to get 3 MVPs, that would put him in some rarefied air, tying with Oscar Robertson for second most. Bob Pettit is the only player to do it 4 times.
And for a report on the center position, we take you over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, one of the big stories this weekend is the matchup of Moses Malone and Hakeem Olajuwon. Of course, Moses helped Hakeem a lot when he was starting in the game. He worked with him down in Houston in the summertime on low post moves and how to really rebound the basketball. Now we see the torch being passed from one of the all-time greats to a future all-time great. Kevin, back to you.
That's a good story, D.A., and there is that handoff, which is so historic to watch. Hakeem Olajuwon, by the way, Clark, got the third most All-Star votes this year.
Which indicates how much the fans are beginning to recognize and appreciate his excellence. There's a reason that Olajuwon was drafted ahead of Michael Jordan. He's got a lot of game and clearly on his way to being one of the all-time greats. And in this day and age, you've got to have a dominant center to be able to compete for championship.
He is indeed a very special player. You're right. And the East with the lead.
Living up to that favored and top billing and giving these fans quite a show.
Catching up on the changes for the East. Patrick Ewing's checked in for Malone. Ainge comes in for Wilkins. And it's Rivers in for Thomas. The West also making some changes. Donaldson, he's checked in for Olajuwon. McDaniel comes in for English. Clyde Drexler has subbed in for Magic Johnson.
And, you know, most of these guys are accustomed to having their team's offense built around them. It's an adjustment for them now to figure out who's going to get the rock most of the time.
Lever kicks to Drexler.
Ainge takes pride in his defensive work now, being kind of pesky, knows how to get under the shooter's skin.
The drive by Jordan, and Jordan throws it down. Parkin, amidst this all-star celebration, labor negotiations between the players and the NBA continue.
Trying to find their way through this current impasse, Kevin, and looking to avoid any interruptions to this game that we all have a love affair with.
Yeah, I know you and I hope they can find some common ground.
Please make it happen soon.
And you think about it, Justin Clark, how about the all-star reserves? Guys that start normally are the stars of their team, now off the bench on a team of stars.
Kevin, excellent point. For players who are used to starting the game, probably a rare experience coming in off the bench and trying to get it going. But I think these guys so enjoy being part of this, that sacrifice is not much at all.
You're exactly right. The East making a switch. McHale's checked in.
Rivers, second personal foul. Second team foul.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone.
You know, there's been talk about adding a third referee to NBA games. The commissioner and the rules committee are in favor of it, and they plan to put it before the board of governors at the next meeting.
Here's Jordan. That's good, and Ewing with the assist. Jordan's got 11 in the second half.
Not surprising at all to see Jordan piling up points, playing with a lot of determination and grit, and insisting on being aggressive looking for his shots.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Clark, with 3 officials working games, do you think that'll result in more fouls being called, more eyes on the ball? They can pick up a lot more, certainly with more guys out there.
Yeah, you know, I think, Kevin, it might be the case early on with the third official, but over time it'll smooth itself out. Off the ball, you know, some things you could get away with in the past, maybe not so much with 3 officials out there.
Lever passes to Malone. Over McHale. The West again cannot hit. And so it's McHale with it. He'll bring it up for the East All-Star. And Jordan throws it down. And Jordan Clark within reach of the record.
He's almost there. Keep that pedal to the metal is what I say.
To the left side wing. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen by Ewing. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Offensive rebound. And that one's good. McHale's got his first points of the game.
This is the 4th All-Star game for the Celtics' Kevin McHale. Kids at home who want to learn how to score in the post, just put the isolated camera on Kevin McHale, please. Moves, on top of moves in the paint.
Lever passes to Malone. Clock at 4. Over McHale. The West again cannot hit.
You look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
And so it's the East All-Stars. with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Welcome back to Chicago for the 1988 All-Star Game. The grand finale of what's been a tremendous weekend to celebrate the NBA.
You take a look at the landscape of the NBA, and I tell you what, that Central Division, dominant. How about this? 36 games above 500 combined.
Ainge is out there with Cheeks, and it's Michael Jordan. Then there's Kevin McHale, and it's Doherty in at the center position. That's the five out there for the East All-Stars. On defense, the East All-Stars. Donaldson the pass to Aguirre. Some nice passing here by the West. 6 on the shot clock. Drexler against Ainge. Drexler, no good. Well, you look at that Central Division, all 6 teams on pace to make the playoff. Michael Jordan now with 42 points, Clark. He has tied the record for scoring in an All-Star game.
A piece of history. Boy, is he special.
Down the stretch here, the East, Clark, out in front.
Getting it done. It's been such a fun game to watch. Entertaining from both sides.
Whew, it sure has been. And it's a new single-game record in scoring for the All-Star game, set right in front of us by Michael Jordan.
What an incredible athlete, Kevin, and it seems whatever he sets his mind to do, he can do it. Impressive.
The wide-open look for Drexler. Connects in the foul on jumper.
And at 26 points per game, Drexler ranks 7th in the league in scoring. His Blazers playing catch-up with the Lakers, though. Their improved defense has helped them overcome some early injuries.
Here's Jordan. Count it. Jordan's got 46 points.
And Jordan is simply amazing at finishing through contact. Doesn't matter what you throw at him or who, he finds a way to score.
And another great look at the 2K drive. They need to find a high percentage shot, Clark, to regain some of that confidence.
I think they've gone too long without seeing one go down, and that begins to mess with your psyche. And after the Central Division, the Midwest has been the second most competitive division. Those teams are sitting at 10 games over 500. Hey, it's as plain as pound cake. Keep it simple. They want to see how big this league can get.
Drexler scanning the floor. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Danny Ainge. And Clark in the Midwest, those Rockets are really making a push.
And they're doing it behind Hakeem Olajuwon. To me, he's the best center in the NBA. They certainly got a chance to give the Lakers a run for their money.
Oh, yeah. Malone's checked in for Brad Doherty. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for the West. Pass to McHale. On the wing, Jordan. 6 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. Jordan's great positioning on the putback. And Kareem will need to get it going, Clark, to reach double digits.
I think his teammates have to do a better job of getting him touches. Just keep feeding him. He's more than capable of getting there.
Johnson, the pass to Drexler. Abdul-Jabbar trying to free himself up. And he overshot that one, missing. Here's Jordan.
You know, there's so much that's amazing to me about Jordan, but his endurance stands out. He consistently gets stronger, it seems, as the game goes on.
At the line for your East All-Stars.
He throw good, Jordan. McDaniels checked in for the West. Lever comes in for Johnson. And so Jordan nails both of them. And so it's Lever who brings up the ball for the West. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Lever.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
And here's the East. They're on a 12-4 run. Now the pass to McHale. Michael Jordan on the wing. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Michael Jordan using that strength of his to get into the defense to draw the foul on the way up.
The throw good, Jordan. And so Jordan nails both of them. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Lever dishes to Abdul-Jabbar. Pass to McDaniel. Here's Aguirre. Clock at 6. Down low. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. And Kareem, the elder statesman. 19 years in the NBA. Decades of dominance. Cheeks the pass to Jordan. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth quarter. And they double up Jordan. Here's McHale. Lays it up off the glass.
Really crafty play that time by Jordan. Good decision. The defense was locked in on him, so he gave it away.
The West All-Stars with the ball. Lever dishes to Abdul-Jabbar. The shot from 20 feet away. They get it back. Donaldson. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. And the 7-2 center from the Mavericks, James Donaldson.
You know, I think he's the only lefty in this game. Larry Bird and Danny Ainge right left-handed, but they shoot it with their right hand.
You and I have talked about this before, but defending a lefty is different than defending clearly a right-hander.
Throws you off just a little bit, Kevin.
And Moses Malone Clark, the wily veteran for the Washington Bullets.
And you know, Kevin, his coach Wes Unseld says Malone has really added a level of aggressiveness to the Washington Bullets.
And he brings Clark a championship pedigree to the team.
No doubt.
And then slammed in by Jordan.
And with this last run, they have shut the door on any chance of a comeback.
Cheeks against Lever. Jordan with the steal. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And the Eastern All-Stars deliver. The favorites coming in, but they did not disappoint.
Yeah, you looked at that team on paper, and you saw they were the stronger team and should have been favored. But you still got to go out and prove it, and they did exactly that.
And so much scoring in that lineup for the East. My goodness, look at those names. That's always going to be tough to stop.
And you factor in the raucous crowd cheering on Michael Jordan, Kevin. No wonder they found that extra gear they needed when it was time to get it done.
That's a good point. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.